tickled my butthole. It's all right. No way. Okay, that works. Okay.
The start.
All right. That's great. All right.
Tickle my butt. Brought to you by Bamba.
A reverse blowjob.
All right, Tony, let's go.
All right, sorry. Jesus Christ.
You're a motherfucking professional. You're a professional.
I'm a professional. This is what professionals do. Welcome to episode 12 of the Nerdcast podcast. Not your regular dialogue. I go by the name of Toner, and the rest of the crew is here with me also in the command center. I got Joe Dust.
Shut the fuck up!
I have Cripple Jay.
Hello.
Big Matt.
Yellow.
And Sound Guy Steve.
I like boobs.
Amen.
Especially if they're on my mom.
Okay, let's get right into it here. Why don't we go ahead and introduce our unofficial beer sponsor for episode 12? I will throw that over to Jay.
All right. Matt supplied us with Schlafly Kolsch. It's a Kolsch style German golden ale, 4.8 APV, 25 IBU. Beer advocate score of 85.
The Fuhrer!
I know.
So,
I felt
Matt,
awkward buying it.
Oh.
Matt buying the German beer.
I know.
He drives a Volkswagen, too.
Hell fucking no. I don't. Fuck no.
And Adolf Hitler spilled it on all of his dead homies.
Oh,
I was conflicted when buying said beer, and I did not feel right.
But it's a St. Louis beer.
Oh.
You have lived a good life.
You fucking Nazi motherfuckers.
Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I guess before we get started, back in episode 11, I forgot to clarify why we call Jay now Cripple Jay.
Cripple Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, why are you Cripple Jay?
I am 2 days removed from ankle surgery. I'm on crutches.
I heard you broke your vagina, but all right.
No, but there were questions if I was getting reassignment surgery on Facebook.
He broke his ankle in extreme missionary position.
We have a kinky house.
So,
of
how you
different
feeling?
sex.
So
Very kinky.
Cripple Jay, how are we feeling now post-surgery? We good?
Good. A little bit of pain. Some nice
How does it
painkillers.
feel for our beer snob to not be able to partake in beer?
It's rough.
Because you got pills and beer?
I
Oh,
know,
shit,
dude.
man.
We
Yeah.
partied.
So he
drank it all?
Lindsay Lohan's house.
Have
What?
you drank it all?
No.
Oh, man.
He's on probation. He's self-probation. Right?
Some
I'm-
good Quaaludes, man.
I'm on like 6 days of no beer. It's like rare
You got
territory.
shakes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sweating.
We also have we have an unofficial snack sponsor again.
Oh,
for
yeah,
episode
go ahead.
12. Joe, who's our unofficial snack sponsor?
Bamba. Fucking Jew peanut butter snacks. Nobody likes them, but they're here anyway.
Dude, that hurt a little bit.
Oh. And we also wanted to point out that
If you look on
randomly-
Twitter, look on our Twitter account.
Yeah.
I put a picture of it.
if you look at Nerdcast Twitter account, there's a little random redheaded dude doing jujitsu or karate.
Mind you,
in the
he's
cover.
bald. Look at him. He's bald everywhere except for like a little tuft of red hair coming out the front. So he's a ginger Jew.
Yeah.
Where's his
How that
yarmulke?
happens? I don't. What?
I-
Where's his yarmulke? At
Is
least?
it
They
literally
don't- exactly? They didn't even cover it up, man.
is it literally Jiu-Jitsu?
Oh.
Get it?
Oh.
Or
Dude.
Kung
Man.
Jew.
Hey, I thought it was fucking great.
Throw that joke in
Oh,
another,
hey, our
man.
female audience likes it, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's very rare we satisfy our
Like,
female
hey,
audience.
eat our Jewish snacks. There's a kid doing karate on the cover. It has nothing to do with anything.
What are you trying to say? You can't start some shit?
I haven't seen a Jew run like that since Pull in 1938. Dude!
It works on South Park, but then we just sound like assholes. But
You are fucking assholes.
okay, all right, true.
Oh, it's some of the shit we
starts
had
it already, isn't
They
it?
just
Jesus.
take a while to finish it, like every Steven Spielberg movie. It's like, I guess I got 4 hours to spare.
All right, so for episode
You're
12,
lucky it's funny, dude.
I didn't
Hurts my soul.
I didn't pay attention to the production meeting at
Matt's
all.
crying right now a little bit.
On the inside.
So what the hell are we talking about today? I didn't pay attention to the meeting.
We did snack sponsor. We
Yep.
are talking about Cripple Jay.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Triple J in Australia.
Yeah.
He's Cripple J.
Yeah, because we were like, we thought he had broken a vagina, but we have a official correction to episode 10. Was it when we talked about the movie Teeth?
Yes, it was episode
Yeah.
10.
Joe, can you touch
Oh.
on our official correction for episode 10?
Yeah, correction in episode 10, we were called out on Twitter by my friend Lindsay,
Yeah.
who lives in New Orleans, and she wanted to point out that the teeth in the vagina were dentata. We always just kind of refer to them as vagina teeth or whatever. And then she replied in all caps on Twitter after listening to it, dentata! I'm like, ooh, we got
Score, Lindsay.
served. Yeah, we got served.
Lawyered.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to lawyer up.
I'm just happy we have a listener. It's like, you guys are fucking wrong.
Hey, man.
I'll take it.
Getting them in every corner of the country.
Hells, yeah.
And in another corner right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
She got a shirt on this time, though.
No. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Lori is joining us again, briefly. Somehow she decided to stay and and not leave. And she is clothed this episode.
Every time I look at her, she licks her lips, though. I fooled her. What?
No, I didn't. Oh, my
Uh.
God.
You're so bad.
All right.
Oh.
Speaking of biting things off with a tooth vagina,
My mom's doing fine.
she's doing good. All right. Yay, Joe's mom. Shout out. Big fan of Joe's mom.
Hey, do you have your bikini on in this
Not as big
episode?
as Steve is, apparently, but I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I don't-
We were talking about real quick upstairs how Steve's mom reminded us all that when Steve was 4, sound guy, he used to ask my mom if she was going to change into her bikini later on.
Nice.
That was when he was 4.
He was a creep from the get-go.
Hey, it was
Right.
the 80s, motherfucker.
Hey, we did a lot of blow back in the 80s.
Especially when you were 4.
At preschool.
Yep.
I can't play kickball today, guys. Can't do it.
Nah, I can't ride on the trucks today, you guys.
So,
Oh,
speaking of
God.
biting things off via vagina, but not so much. When you were at the Cardinals game, Joe,
Oh,
what happened at
man.
the Cardinals game?
I was
that
like,
you
how is
talked
this a
about?
segue?
We're segueing to the Cardinals
Oh,
game.
good.
sir.
All right. That's
So basically, when I was at the Cardinals game, we were talking about things getting bitten off. My father and I were walking in, and we saw a few people in T-shirts, and it said "No finger first pitch." And so my dad kept staring at it, and finally just asked someone. He goes, "What's no finger first pitch mean?" She's like, "Oh, our friend lost all of his fingers, and we made it to where he could actually throw a first pitch, and the Cardinals invited him out on the field, and he threw it. We're like, oh, that's really cool." I'm like, oh. And I kind of just asked, I assume maybe he got him blown off in war or something like that. And she goes, "Oh, no, he lost all his fingers. He went over to Africa and a chimp bit all of them off." I was like, oh. And
You can't end the story like that.
no, you can't really
more.
end it.
I
I
need to
know.
know
But
more.
then, like an out was made. So we all dispersed to our seats. But I'm like, holy shit. That was the last thing I expected out of it. Woman.
How'd you lose your fingers?
Yeah.
A chimp bit him off.
One
and-
at a time? Did he stick the whole hand in? Or
Yeah, and really, how does it? I don't know. Was it like one of those things where he was testing his wiener first, and he put peanut butter on his fingers, and he was like, "Come on, who wants it?" Like, how does a chimp just look at your fingers and go, "You know what? I'm going to bite all
That
5 of
shit
these
off, that's
motherfuckers
right."
off."
I thought the chimp worked for ISIS, maybe
maybe.
torturing the bastard. Because, like, yeah, seriously, he lost all 5.
Well,
guess-
that's what I got out of it.
Jesus.
And there's a website you can go to, and I'm probably making fun of some dude that did something heroic. I don't know. You worked with chimps. Jesus Christ! Now you're curing cancer.
that's
so.
how Planet of the Apes started.
Yeah, it is. There's a chimp out there with human DNA right now going. And really, on the Cardinals, I just wanted to touch on a couple other things. And this is all really not. This is just random bullshit. But I went to a separate game a few days prior, and there was a guy that sat next to me in the seat right in front of me. And he had the Macklemore haircut, who, if I'm talking about the rapper Macklemore, it was all shaved, and he had it
Yeah.
slicked back on the top. And the dude, his arms were bigger than my legs, and I'm a little guy anyway, but he was gigantic. And his girlfriend was also like twice my size.
Yeah.
They were just gym rats.
Mhm.
And the dude, whenever he left, I don't know where they went, but for like 5 minutes, it smelled like Axe body spray around there. And everybody in the whole section recognized it too. Yeah,
There you
that was
go.
the Macklemore haircut right there.
Oh man, that's a hipster cut
And
right there.
oh man, and he had like his shirt had like 5 buttons unbuttoned on the top, and he just wanted people to stare at him. And other than that, the Sunday game I went to, I was sitting in the bleachers and I heckled Marcelo Ozuna, who's the center fielder for the Marlins.
What did he ever do to you?
Nothing. He was just there, and there wasn't a lot of people in the bleachers, and it was hot. So I yelled, and I guess my voice carries, and I was like, "Ozuna!" And he looked right back at me immediately, and I go, "Add me on Snapchat!" And he shook his head from side to side, and he was like, "Stupid white boy." And everybody in the section laughed, and then I got sunburned, and we left early. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Cardinals, except for, fix your Twitter account. You guys are boring as shit.
It does suck.
Yeah, that's why people don't want to follow you guys, but unless you're like a Seventh Heaven type family.
Like the Duggars?
Wait,
Whoa, you're skipping ahead there. No.
wait. The father on Seventh Heaven is a pedophile too.
Yeah.
so-
Whoa, that's
yeah,
weird.
So yeah, maybe
Oh,
not
man.
a Seventh Heaven.
And also,
It's 'cause he's not talking
that's where
loud, that's
Jessica
why.
Biel came from, correct?
Yes.
She played two guard in that show, I think. She was a two guard. She won point.
Mhm.
No, she wasn't.
Test right now.
She was she was the shooting guard.
Who has the best walk-up music for the Cardinals right now? I
Uh,
always made that a point. I always liked when they picked their.
I wish I could look it
so
up. It's Peter Borges, whatever. He's got some gangster rap, I think, going
real?
for him, and he's my size. He's a little white guy.
Oh yeah, but he's fast.
So they play it like once a week.
Right, right.
yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah,
Very often.
And I really wish I could remember what his
Hold
walk-up
on.
music was.
Yachty's always.
We got it?
His always entertains me every year.
Oh yeah, Yachty's
Whatever
insane.
Latino rap he always picks out. But we got Sound Guy Steve trying to go on the fly.
No, that's not it though.
No.
He's got some rap going now. He used to have Red Hot Chili Peppers, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
got the best.
He's got the best.
Yep, because it just doesn't fit him.
Oh, it's Dr. Dre.
Is it? Oh, maybe it was. I was drunk.
Nice.
Straight out Compton.
Yeah, is he straight
Who was
out
the
of
Who was the player? I know it wasn't for the Cardinals. The guy who played "Careless Whisper" was it by George Michael or Wham?
No, that was the A's.
Is that from the A's?
Yeah.
Swisher, wasn't it? Didn't Swisher?
Oh,
do
they
it?
got them all. Look here.
Might have been.
I think it was Nick Swisher that did the Careless Whispers because he was a character anyway.
Yeah.
It had to have been him back in the day when he did it.
Yeah.
Or is that one of the teams that was messing with the opposing players and they play that type
No,
of stuff
that
when they
was
came
it. I
up?
think he did that on purpose.
Oh, whoa.
Well, there's our sponsor,
Yeah.
Goose Island.
Goose Island was last episode.
We'll have to cut that one out, Jay. Cripple Jay, cut that out.
I don't know. That was that was on the Fox Sports from the West website. Sorry.
So, Steve, going back to my question a while ago when we weren't on, who's the youngest girl you have on your Facebook friends?
I have no
His
idea.
Facebook profiles is pulled up now for all to see.
No, I don't.
Not anymore.
Sorry.
Log out. X.
My girlfriend's
Clear
sitting right
history.
behind me.
I don't know.
So let's
So
see.
what if she's 15?
I don't have anybody that young on there.
She's got a driver's permit. She reads at a sophomore level.
She got to be 15 and a half. Dude. No,
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, if there's grass on the field, play. Yeah.
This
What
is
the
getting
fuck?
weird.
You know my dad's whole theory on why he doesn't have any chest hair?
Please do share.
He said grass don't grow on a playground.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Your dad
Wow.
rules, but I like your mom better. All right, Toner.
Yes.
I think we need to go Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Let's go. Lead us that way.
Okay. I know this came out a couple months back, but I think you guys just recently watched this, the Kurt Cobain documentary, Montage of Heck, which was on HBO. I watched it. I finished it about a month or so ago, roughly. And it's, shit. I mean, like HBO, all their documentaries are pretty solid. And this one was, it's awesome, but when you get done watching, you're like, son of a bitch.
He was doomed from the start.
Yeah, that kid was just,
It was dark.
He was seriously-
That's a very dark documentary.
if there's like a poster boy, like a definition for just like a tortured soul.
Well, he had to be
It's-
clinically depressed.
It's
I-
Kurt
I-
Cobain and
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah, it's-
Because
he-
I mean, the part that you pointed out to me, I don't think I'd watched it at that point, but I came to it later on, was when he laid on the railroad tracks, and I guess he held boulders on himself. Or at least he said he had stones or something.
Mhm.
He laid on a railroad track, and it just turned out that, oh, hey, by the way, the train was on the other track.
Okay,
So
yeah,
he was not well from the get-go, but he didn't have a good family history to begin with.
Well, I guess I don't know how young he was or how old he was when his parents got divorced, but apparently that was I guess she's like beginning of the end there. That
Well, he bounced from home to home because
Yeah.
he couldn't adjust.
Yeah, from his mom to his dad to aunts
And mind you, I think
uncles
this was
and-
back before. I mean, it wasn't exactly 50s, 60s, but really divorce wasn't as prevalent then as it is now.
Right.
It's just he couldn't figure out how to behave to stay with one family or the next, and he went from family member to family member trying to find out a way to adjust, and he just never did.
it was.
Did they ever say, smells like Teen Spirit, why he kept with that title?
They didn't go into that.
Because like
right?
somebody spray painted it on a wall or something, I want to say, and he didn't know that Teen Spirit was a deodorant, and they meant it smelled like Teen Spirit. And he thought that was a cool phrase, so he kept that for his song.
Yeah, no, they didn't go into that at all.
Yeah, I don't
But
remember
it was
that.
just you don't think about it. Like we did a recent episode about top 5 music, and I didn't even think of Nirvana because they don't get played on the radio much anymore. But you have to remember they were huge. They were huge in the 90s.
Yep.
See, I did think about them, but
Okay.
I also had Foo Fighters as number 1, and how that would have impacted my rankings if
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain wouldn't have killed himself. I mean,
Exactly, because what Foo Fighters
Well-
would have been a side project, maybe.
Dave Grohl was writing the music, and
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain heard some of it before, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, probably wouldn't have been what it is now.
Because I mean, it just brought back watching it, and I watched it with my wife, and she was really into Nirvana, but we both had said this just defines the music we listened to growing up.
Mhm.
This was our teenage years listening to it. And what you had said, which was a great point, was where would music be, or where would that band be today had he not killed himself?
Yeah. Not, and
Would
not
they,
even.
would they sustain that level of success? Because that was something that Steve was talking about, was the bands that we grew up with, they're getting into that later phase of their careers. Like you said, Foo Fighters, they've been around, it seems like forever now, like almost 20 years.
20 years.
right? So would Nirvana had sustained that success? Would you think they'd still be that popular today?
I think so, but I mean, again,
Kurt Cobain only be like 46 right now,
Yeah,
right?
he was
Yeah.
only 27. He
Or
was
yeah,
47,
when he
yeah.
died. So he'd be going into his 50s. Would their music, I mean, his big thing was grunge, self-hatred, teenage angst, a lot of teenage angst. That was the bread and butter, right? So could he sustain his success if, hey, I've grown up. I've gone through fatherhood now. I've got a whole different set of experiences to write about. Would it have been the same style of music, you think?
I think it's quite possible because, I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen the documentary The Other F Word. It's about Pennywise, their lead singer, about him becoming a father and dealing with music. And he actually left the band for a while because the rigors of being on the road versus having a family was just too much for him. He eventually went back to the band and they went back, but their music hasn't changed over the years.
Yeah.
But they talked a lot about how, I think it was Blink-182 was on it, and they said it's kind of weird having to go on and find an edited version of your CD for you to play in front of your kids. So, I mean, it definitely changes. Maybe not necessarily the sound, but what you're saying.
Yeah. So, Steve, this was a big topic for you.
Yep.
Do you think bands from when we were growing up, because we're all 90s music kids,
Yep.
is what we are, do you think bands have sustained themselves since then?
Well,
I mean, the thing that we make fun of the most now are those 80s heritage bands. I mean, the thing is, they still sell. The people still go
God,
to their
yeah.
concerts. But that's it. I mean, they don't get airplay, and who's really talking about them?
Well, I mean, just as from when I do my gigs on Sundays and Tuesdays, it's the older crowd. When you play something, they're like, "Hey, play Sammy Hagar," and these guys that are like in their 50s or 60s are just like me now with Trent and Nine Inch Nails and Soundgarden and everything they've done. That shit's 20, almost 30 years old, and now it is, and it still sounds good. I mean, there's that stuff, just like Led Zeppelin. I'm listening to that stuff from the 60s and 70s, it still sounds good. I mean, that's what it is. It's like, can you actually listen to a band? Like, when I get in my 50s or 60s, it's like 9 Inch Nails and Soundgarden. It's like, when you, like, somebody turns it on as a kid, it's like, what the hell is this? Because when I first heard the Led Zeppelin, I'm like, who is this? And now it's like, people that are in their 50s or 60s, fuck, Jimmy Page is 70, and they're getting ready to do another tour, and it's just like, but the last time they played in, it was 2008 or whenever, when they played with Jason Bonham, John Bonham's kid, that place sold out in a half an hour. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Do you have that power to actually sustain yourself? Because when I saw Soundgarden and 9 Inch Nails in Vegas in 2014, that place it was only a 3,000 or 4,000 person venue. It's the Axis at Planet Hollywood. Fucking sold out. And it just, people can actually sustain themselves.
Look at the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've been around since
80s.
early 80s.
Early, yeah.
And they're still making good music. They're still selling out.
I mean that's the thing.
So
If
I think what we're getting at is, like you were going back to, was Zeppelin, 70s bands like that.
Yep.
They sustain. Our main question is, will our bands sustain the test of
yeah,
time?
it's
And I think they will. I think it's still prevalent. The grunge age, I don't know if you can say that that's well over, but that doesn't mean there's still not nostalgia for what we used to listen to. And it's still popular. People are starting to go to their concerts. People are starting to download their music. It's just, will it still have that same level of popularity? Will it still be that level of quality? And that's the question I have. Will it sustain quality? Because, yeah, we can go to a 9 Inch Nails concert, have them play their best hits. Everyone's going to love that because it's the stuff that we all like. But when they play their new stuff, are people excited about their new stuff?
let's see. I was. Hesitation Marks came out right before that, and it was in 2013, and he had done an album since 2005 or 2006. I mean, Joe went to this concert with 2000. Did you go with me in 2005 with Teeth?
I saw him at Lollapalooza, 9 Inch Nails.
You went with me though, didn't you?
What year was that? 06 or whatever?
It was 2005. They were here, and then it was 2008. They were here.
I went with you at both of them. Pretty sure.
That's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just.
Well, here's the question. Is it the genre of music that is sustainable? Because here's the question. This will go to Toner. Tupac and rap. When you're in your 50s and 60s, will it be the same way of going to their concert? Can they really have the same credibility and the same quality for that style of music when you're way older? I don't know if that has that same sustaining power.
I didn't realize that Dr. Dre I think he's exactly 50 years old.
Yeah.
And just dropped his latest album, Compton. And I streamed that on iTunes. And I don't know.
Quality's still high?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. My God. It's hilarious. This is his first album in like 15 years. I think it was Chronic 2001 was his last. Yeah, that's the last one. So yeah, he's made beats for people and been featured on other people's albums, but I as talented as he is, it's just crazy. He doesn't. I guess he just does music when he wants to. He's got more money than God anyway. Just as a producer and. What's that?
The thought of money?
More money than God.
But 15 years since his last album puts this out, he's still got it. But even at a sustainability level, like you mentioned Foo Fighters earlier, if Nirvana was still around, just like if Tupac and Biggie hadn't been killed, a lot of these rappers who were big after them,
would they still be big?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Lil Wayne?
God. Dude, it's bad. I turn on 104.1 now, and 90% of the stuff I hear, I'm like, what is this shit?
That's what I'm saying.
It's turn on terrible.
If you turn
is that a sign of you aging? Because that's the thing. If they're wildly popular now, is that just you getting to that later phase of life where we're all getting to that point in our life where like, oh, your shit sucks, but our shit's awesome. Like, hey, Nirvana was awesome. We were gonna, like you said, Red Hot Chili Peppers or fucking Rooster,
Alice in Chains.
All those. I mean, we were like, this was what was good. Yours is shit. And it's just that's a generational thing, I think, because every generation does that. our parents say our crap is crap, and
Yeah.
we say Lil Wayne's crap, but they're gonna say the generation after theirs is gonna be somebody after him, and they're gonna be like, no, this is what rap music is, and we have a whole different context of what rap is versus what they had.
True.
What year did The Chronic come out? The
The
Chronic.
original one, yeah.
I think it's 1992 or
It was
1993.
very early
Early
90s.
And now he's putting out albums called The Chronic Back Pain.
December 15th, 1992.
Wow.
That makes me feel old. man.
Jesus.
I was 10.
Yeah, 10.
I hadn't even killed anybody yet.
For reals. I haven't even thought
Hadn't
about
earned
the
your street
podcast
cred.
yet.
And that's Tony's favorite song, D's Nuts.
Who's also running for president in North
He's pulling
Carolina.
well in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He's pulling very well. Apparently, he's like in third place or something.
That's what cracks me up. And like, he was beating what? Several of the Republican candidates.
I think he was beating everybody but Clinton and
Trump.
Oh,
he
God.
was third.
Oh, damn. Okay.
He got 9% of the vote.
Damn.
Pretty good.
I think it's easy to say that our population has said, "Hey, we are done with all this. You guys
Yeah.
all suck. Every politician sucks.
Yeah.
Let's pick the most off the wall, craziest motherfucker and see what happens. Let's just see how."
Who cares if he's 15?
Fuck it, yeah. See what happens.
God.
No, but I mean, going back to it, it's like I said, you turn on the point nowadays, I can't even listen to some of this shit. I said, I have satellite radio in my car now, and when I listen to it, it's like you can hear some of these bands, it's like, all right, this is actually pretty good, but it's, I mean, because, like, they'll play some band, I have no idea who it is, but then you hear, like, Pearl Jam, or anything like that, and it's like, God, it's like, I know this is, like you said, could it be age? But it sounds so much better. Because it's like, seriously, it's like some of the shit they did, like Diddy. He fucking takes a song from, like, the 90s, two or three different songs, pieces them together, and it's a huge fucking hit.
That's what Kanye West does.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's like,
That's just history repeating
and yeah,
itself. That's all it is, yeah.
it'll do it. But the thing is, it's like these people. It's like, seriously, some of this shit sounds exactly the fucking same. Fucking feelings rock. I mean, fucking. Oh, I'm gonna slit my wrist. Today's a great day. You know, it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Steve, that's Nine Inch Nails.
No, it's not. Listen to the Downward Spiral. That's not it.
I don't think a lot of bands today are going to survive even 10 years. I think now you're screwed because of social media and everything. You're the flavor of the month right now.
Yeah, but
Well,
right
you
now,
have so many side projects. I mean, as far as hey, this drummer and this bassist from this band are now forming a new band with this lead singer, and this lead singer is doing his own solo stuff. Did that used to always go on? I just wasn't as cognizant of who was going where and doing what.
Look at how it's
I guess it's such a small community. Right?
Well, no, Maynard from Tool. Right now, he had 3 projects. He has Tool, Perfect Circle, and Pucifer. Right now, he can't do anything with Tool because of the lawsuit that they're going with right now with the record company or something like that. Or Perfect Circle, they've done 2 CDs, toured, and they still do shit on the side. Pucifer, he's getting ready to come out with a new CD in December, and they're still touring. But it's like, that's the thing. Though these people nowadays, they suck ass. They think they're gonna make. No, it's like, seriously, they come out, they have 1 CD, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be fucking millionaires. But these guys from our generation, okay, I'm working with this person or this person, and they're actually being smart about it. They're like, all right, because Trent Reznor, he's not doing Nine Inch Nails, but he's done The Social Network. He did
Some guy from
Gone Girl. Did he do Gone Girl?
Gone Girl soundtrack. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing, is they're actually being smart about it. These people nowadays come out like, we're going to make a 10-track CD. Every emo person's going to hate us, but it's going to be good music, and we're going to be millionaires. It's like, it doesn't work that way anymore.
after 2 albums, we'll do a greatest hits.
I fucked my mom in the bathroom part 2. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
What band is that?
What music
Can I
are
get
you
that on
listening
vinyl?
to, man?
Is that on iTunes?
I fucked
don't
my
think I've
mom
heard
in the
that.
bathroom part 2. That sounds like a Blink-182 song, dude.
Because part 1 wasn't enough.
Steve, that was a wonderful riff. You just went off the rails.
I was
Totally,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
What
It's
just
like,
happened?
it was like,
What the fuck just happened?
but that's where I'm getting. It's
What does that even mean? Hashtag Bobby.
Hashtag Bobby Command Center.
But no, it's like that's where I'm getting. It's like I can't understand. It's like, yes, will our bands sustain themselves? Hell yeah. Like I guarantee you, if you
Because they have a library of music, is what you're saying?
no, because they were smart about what they did.
Are you
They
talking
just-
about the adapted? Is that what you're getting to? Because you have to adapt with time.
exactly? It's
Like-
like if you go from listen to Broken, The Downward Spiral from Nine Inch Nails, and then you listen to Hesitation Marks. It's like 1992, 1994 to 2012. It's like, okay, it's still got Trent is there, but you can tell that he's actually changed, and it still sounds good. Like I'm trying to think of another band who like
The Chili Peppers, I'd say.
no, a band that from our era
Chili
that
Peppers always had a Chili Peppers sound. They've never really changed their sound, really. Have
Well, if you listen to-
because when you hear, as soon as you hear a Chili Peppers song, without even hearing the lyrics go off, you're like, "That's Chili Peppers song. That's just their sound."
no, but I'm talking about a band that actually from our era that actually like they did some stuff great. Then they came back now,
Mhm.
and it was like, what the fuck was this? I'm trying to think. I know it's like some. Yeah, you said.
Are you talking about people who took time off or something? Because you said the Chili Peppers. They've been
It's
they've been around.
they did an album. They took a little time. They came back and did another album. Took some time, or they didn't even hear from them, and then they like come back. There's a band now. That is it Faith No More? No,
Creed. Yeah, Face No More.
yeah, it's like Faith No
One
More. It's
Direction.
like
It's set up the TWA
Faith No
done.
More's last one was like late '90s, early 2000s, and it's like 15 years later. Now they're all dressed up in like white suits and.
Their first single's cool though. I like.
No, I
them
mean
a
just
lot.
saying. It's like that's the thing. It's like let's see how this goes. Like this has been almost people that take extended breaks, then they try to get back into it, and it's like, okay, hey, we want to do this now. It's like, all right, So,
Okay.
anyways,
Well, I think we can agree that the '90s music that we grew up with.
I saw
it
Joe
will-
spinning his fingers like a
will
cocksucker.
sus-
He's like, okay, let's go, let's go.
Last 10 minutes.
That was not 10 minutes.
Because here,
Okay,
one of the
9
bands from our
Fuck you.
time was the Deftones. No, yes, we'll say
Yes,
Deftones.
yes, very good.
Who here saw the Deftones recently?
I did.
Oh, Joe did. Tell us, Joe, how was it?
That was sarcastic clapping.
Joe, our resident concert snob.
That was Steve banging his nuts against my chin.
Yeah.
I heard it. She's like, ooh.
Here, Joe, take my nuts.
No, yeah, I saw Deftones and Incubus on Friday night, and they were good. Deftones, it's hard. I think I realize it's hard to see a show like only a couple of weeks removed from Lollapalooza, though. Especially when there's only a few bands
Yeah.
there. You're just not used to it, and you're used to it going 8 more hours or something like that. You're like, all right, well, time to go.
Who let off, Incubus or Deftones?
Death from Above 1979. They were the first one, and they were actually at Lollapalooza, and they were good. And then Deftones,
Okay.
and then Incubus.
Incubus closed it out.
And
Yeah.
Deftones, I think, were definitely my favorite. Incubus were just not loud enough. Like I sat in the lawn straight away though, so you should be able to hear it. And they were half as loud as Deftones for some reason. So, but Brandon Boyd took his shirt off, and women squealed, and I think that's what they went for.
And you're saying you didn't?
I took my shirt off,
He's like, yeah, look at this dad bod bitch.
and then I went to
A couple twinks
Steak
squealed.
and Shake.
A couple twinks squealed.
Hey, guess what, boys? When you're 15, you can have a body like this too. Yeah, it was pretty good though. I don't know the next show I'm gonna go to. Probably maybe Alt J
I've got
in
my
September.
tickets.
What, to Alt J?
I do.
Are you in seats?
Lawn.
Oh, well maybe I'll just go with you.
All right.
Oh, it's a date.
You know what? They have them for $10 there too. I should have just bought them.
Yeah, I got them for free from our gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so go work out. You
Brag.
can get concert tickets too.
A guy named Jim, or
Yeah, Denali.
nice.
Let's see. And you saw that was at Riverport.
Yep,
right?
Riverport.
Or wait, sorry. it's not
Formerly known
Riverport.
as River.
I'm sorry, Hollywood
it's
Casino
Hollywood
Amphitheater, St.
Casino.
Louis.
Just say Riverport because that's what it is.
I'm sorry. It's old
It's
habit.
always
Sorry.
Riverport.
It's always going to be
Because
Riverport.
then Foo Fighters were recently there,
Yes.
Yeah,
but none of us went to go see Foo Fighters.
I had to wash my hair.
But some of the stuff on Facebook I saw was that it was a good show, but there's a lot of complaints about a certain odor in the Riverport area,
And it wasn't from any one lady in the crowd.
and it wasn't from any one lady.
Jesus.
And has something to do with. We're going to segue into a little bit of local news.
Local news.
Local news. It's the Bridgeton landfill, and this is something that actually I don't know. It's big in St. Louis. I don't know if it's hit national news level yet. I'm guessing since no one's died from it yet, it hasn't hit the national
That
level.
we know of.
That we know of.
When it turns into the Fukushima nuclear plant.
That's
There you
what
go.
happened. So, my place of employment is right around there, we'll say, and
Within walking distance.
within walking distance. And Rams Park, the St. Louis Rams practice right there. And every now and then, you breathe in deep, you will smell the putrid smell of death mixed with skunk ass, I guess, is the way to describe it, the best way.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good St. Louis tourism video.
It's awesome because it's awesome that hey we have Foo Fighters. We got one of the best bands of all time coming in, or one of Jay's favorite bands. That's why I said it.
They're huge.
They are huge, and you come in and this is what we exposed them to. Hey, welcome to St. Louis. Welcome to Murder Central and the smell of death. And it's embarrassing as a city. That's all
I mean,
have to
whose
say.
bright idea was it to put a concert venue next door to a landfill anyway?
It's like
It's
putting a
called
playground next to a sewer, right? Vaginas and buttholes.
Because reason why I
Jesus.
tell her, hey, corporate America, it's cheap land.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go. It's very cheap for all the land around there. So that's why it's such a business park right there. All that land around there's all businesses.
And who knows how fucking contaminated all that shit is going from where
Very.
that is.
Well,
No, going from, because you have the casino,
Mhm.
plus that, and it's like, how do you know it's not fucking leaked all the way over there yet?
Well, we'll get to that part, Mr. Leak.
Ooh.
Can't
bury the lead.
Yeah. Let's
Because
go.
this all goes back to the Westlake landfill, 1939. It was a limestone quarry, and they used to dump barium sulfate, which was a byproduct of the Mallinckrodt chemical company, basically uranium enrichment for the Manhattan Project. So basically, building the nuclear bomb, this is where they dumped the nuclear waste, and it wasn't really discovered that they had illegally dumped nuclear waste there till around 2013. 2013 EPA comes in and claims it's a Superfund site. And since basically 2013, there's been a fire burning below ground. And this is why there's that death smell. So we wanted to apologize to the Foo Fighters. Welcome to St. Louis. Hey, that smell of death you're smelling is because there's an underground fire that's been going on for close to 2 years now. And
I can hear those damn birds
Oh,
in my
yeah.
headphones.
and so
Let me know what you want me to pull up here, because I'm doing this like you want me to.
well,
So.
and it's a matter of right now. You'd said something about a leak. There's what's the portion that's called Cold Water
There you
Creek.
go.
There's radioactive waste dumping into the water supply system here in St. Louis. It's going into the Missouri River, so any place around the Riverport area, as far as those surrounding areas, your water's been contaminated. So I said, basically, in a few years, we're going to see the ESPN 30 for 30. The reason why the Rams have sucked for the last decade is because they've been poisoned by all the radioactivity in the area.
Could be it. Do you think that's why my testicles are so big, though?
Elephantitis.
Yeah.
Well, we've made
I've been breathing in that radioactive air
Do you
for
just want me to
years.
send you this picture?
I'm like that fish on The Simpsons,
the three-eyed fish.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I remember that episode. That was awesome.
Blinky.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
basically, where it is now is the waste company is trying to cover up, going, "Hey, this is nothing but fear mongering by environmentalists." The local residents basically saying, "Hey, you've been hit by the poor real estate market. You're just wanting a company to bail you out of your bad real estate situation, and we'll come bail you out to buy you because you're saying that there's radioactive waste right there," which there's no doubting that there is. But the reason why there's such an uproar recently is because the fire's now spreading underground, and the fire's spreading towards radioactive waste. So that means, quote unquote, we have a dirty bomb situation on our hand. So at any moment, the place I work about, what do you say, Jay, about 15 feet from, could explode and have radioactive results. So makes me love my job, makes me love my life working right next to it. But like you said, cheap rent. So
It's never an issue until somebody dies.
it's exactly.
It's got to
what
be
it
a
is.
catastrophe before it's
Exactly.
going to get it's going to get the attention it deserves.
Mhm.
And anyone who's died of cancer in that area that's lived or worked there, how do you know it's not from that?
Yeah, and there was, as soon as it started happening, there was complaints of, hey, I'm getting headaches, I'm getting dizzy, stuff like that. But basically, companies came in, tested, everything's fine.
Like, I'm getting headaches, and your foreman comes in. He's like,
good for you. So that's the biggest thing going on. I mean, I know we touched on points on previous episodes of, hey, we've had some weird shit going on murder-wise in our beautiful city. Well, this is the slow murder, is what I call it, on a mass level. And it's just funny that no company wants to come in and just do the right thing. No one's stepping up to do the right thing, say, hey, what happened here is illegal. It needs to be cleaned up for the betterment of everyone around us. And no one's stepping up.
Well, it costs money.
Oh, yeah. It costs money. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Nothing to get
Money.
solved.
buttholes.
Yep.
Speaking of buttholes.
I love smooth segues.
Yeah.
What's going on with Subway, Joe?
Oh, man, Subway. Jared Fogle?
Jared Fogle.
Yeah, man. That guy's had a bad week.
He's got a bad weekend.
He's going to be getting a lot different 6 to 12-inch subs for the next 5 years.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of his
That's
butthole.
right. And, like, I'm kind of piggybacking on something I saw on Twitter, but it's ironic that his entire life, since college, he's been trying to get into smaller pants.
Oh, shit.
God.
Did he
$5 foot longs in your kid's butthole.
Jeez.
Imagine that. Sound guy Steve going too far.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me. I'm not molesting kids and looking at kid porn. Fuck off.
Well, not yet. But, so, whenever I was...
Again, we'd like to ask Facebook, how young?
Steve, I can't remember if it was coming back from Vegas this last time or it was another time. I know it was coming back from Vegas, and I asked the cab driver, I go, have you ever had any celebrities in this cab? He's like, yeah, man. He goes, Jared from Subway was sitting in the passenger seat just yesterday. And now I look back, I'm like, oh, man.
Gross.
Share the cab with that
Better ass.
dude. Yeah.
Better ass, dude. Better ass.
I mean, now that you look at him, even more creepy looking than he already was, because he lost all that weight and he had those gigantic cheeks that just look like vagina flaps.
The jowls.
Oh.
And he always looks like he's wearing lipstick, and
He did look
he
fucking
does,
creepy,
man. And now you look at him, and his mouth is really flappy when he talks, and you're like,
glasses that were square clear, like it was just glass, I think.
yeah,
But they were not tinted.
right.
But had they been tinted, though, Joe,
Had they
how
been
would you
tinted,
how would you feel about
had
that?
they been tinted, I would have pegged him. Sorry, we're looking at photos on the internet.
Jay?
Had they been
Oh,
tinted,
oh god.
had they been tinted, I would have pegged him as a creep a long time ago.
We would have known.
Because
well in
this
advance.
was something I wrote down that I just wanted to briefly mention. I just wanted to briefly mention that. Okay, I'll wait. Steve's just scrolling. He's just scrolling
memes.
through
He's going through
Google
memes.
memes. Yeah, but like
Alright, stop.
we can hear Steve laughing, but nobody can see
No,
them.
we don't. Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
listening to a podcast
Yes.
whatsoever.
And maybe I'm in the minority on this, but I don't think I am. But if you go out of your way to wear tinted glasses,
Mhm.
that could be either just tinted from the get-go or those indoor-outdoor where they
Yeah,
change.
the transitions.
And the transitions where they take a
What
while.
do those rank? Are those creepy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
At
I've.
one point, I stopped wearing
Has
glasses.
anybody ever looked at like a dude and saw those? And goes, man, that guy's fucking.
No, they look
hot."
like they were ready to kill somebody. They look like murderers.
They look like a
creepy
dude
murderers,
that
yeah.
you see on like a Dateline like interview.
Because why do you need to be tinted inside?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't go immediately. So
No.
you're tinted half the way. So like you walk into like a football party or something
Yeah.
and you walk in and your eyeglasses are briefly tinted and you're like, I think Matt's going to stick his finger in my butthole.
And
I like my women like I like my subs. I'm looking at photos. I don't. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
yeah.
Hey, Subway, I'm available. Bill Cosby photo.
Oh no.
So anyway, I know just describing photos on a podcast probably isn't that cool, but if you guys Google Jared, what'd you Google? Jared Fogle Subway?
Jared Fogle memes.
Jared Fogle memes. There's quite a few out there.
Hi, you're listening to Marcus up another promo for the Inside. Oh, fuck. The Nerdcast on the Inside Joke Outside Voice Podcast Network. Why couldn't I just say that?
So speaking of creeps, who's next on our creep list that we need to discuss?
On our creep list.
Yeah, what's his name? Oh wait, no, the Ashley Madison hack is
Oh,
what we're
yeah.
gonna go to next. Anyone have anything to say about the Ashley Madison? I mean,
I actually have an opinion on it.
well, here, okay, Anonymous. They are fucking not kidding around. They can get
No.
anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And
Which
guess
group?
what?
It was a different group, though, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was
No.
Anonymous, wasn't it?
Anonymous,
It was-
man, that's a bunch of people who have probably never talked to a fucking girl in their life. I'm dead serious.
All right.
And my opinion on it is, even though these guys morally might be pieces of shit,
Mhm.
I don't think there's any room to display people's public info
To
on the
judge, because
internet.
you just did. You were.
Well,
violating,
it's
yeah.
not just judging. They got all their public info on the internet,
Which
and
that's-
it's like a
that's-
public corporation that they're paying money to.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so you're cheating. Well, if your spouse hasn't caught on by now, you're probably a dumb whore.
This is the one I was talking about from earlier.
Oh,
I asked God for a girlfriend, but I know God doesn't work that way. So I molested my sisters and asked for forgiveness. Josh Duggar.
That's the one that came right after the.
Yeah, and he's on there, and they're all
Yeah.
that whole family's
the
fucking
Duggar
weird
incident,
anyway.
because Duggar was part of the Ashley
Yeah.
Madison hack.
She's like, kids are just falling out of that vagina at this point, I believe.
Oh, God.
Isn't it like 19 kids and counting?
Yes.
I was saying the other day, I know nothing about that.
I
show.
don't either.
I've just heard
Who
about
the
it.
fuck
My wife
watches
used
it,
to
dude?
watch that show,
It's
and I'm like, why? It's just a train wreck. It's
Yeah.
it's basically the circus, but on TLC or something. Like
God, I'm
that.
so tired of Anonymous, though. Those guys are just not cool. Those are the 14-year-old kids that
They can-
cry on
well,
PlayStation when
They hack into something because they can. They figure out a way to do it. But okay, the Ashley and Madison hack. Does that really move society forward in any way? You
No.
think them doing this is going to stop people from cheating? It's
No.
not going to do. It doesn't serve any purpose.
Who works at Citibank? Who knows probably at least one person that's cheated on their significant other just by working there? I'm just kidding. Who knows at least 10 people? I do.
I just find that if you're going to take on the mantle of we do these hacks in the name of justice for society, do something worthwhile. This is nothing.
Go track down the ISIS fucking members'
Fucking hell
names.
yeah, man.
Who cares who cheated on their spouse?
Exactly.
You know what though? This compared to releasing Ferguson police officer information that had nothing to
There
do
you
with
go. Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
I'd rather see this stuff come out than police officers that are just tied to a
Yeah, that's
bad
true.
area.
Well, and it just goes back to what Joseph. These guys are probably teenagers. They're trying to just go, hey,
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do without thinking, should I do it? What purpose is this serving that I'm doing it? Them putting, like you said, the Ferguson incident, putting personal information for police. They're doing their job. They're doing what they're told to do. Now, how they perform that job individually, that's a whole different topic. But you're not when Anonymous does something like that, you're not hurting the cops. Who are you hurting? You're hurting their families.
Yeah.
You're hurting that, and it serves no purpose to go after the cops' families. What do
Right.
they have to do with it? It's just how that's how they support themselves.
Anonymous has no goal. Remember the
Just
freaking
chaos.
tent cities? What were they? Where they
yeah.
camped out?
Mm.
Anybody even think about those anymore? No.
No.
Those lasted what? A couple weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. They were. What were those? I don't even remember what they're called anymore. Taken over. Fuck.
I
I'm
don't
drawing
know.
a blank.
I don't remember.
Our site's getting hacked
Well,
tomorrow now.
yeah.
Oh, I know. I was coming after Nerdcast.
That it hack into your PlayStation ID and take your
I'm gonna
password.
take away your XP points.
Ah, jeez.
I just thought it was
Bobby be in
disturbing.
trouble.
Oh,
Bobby fuck you up, take away his XP. What's it, double XP mother? What's that thing we used to joke about?
Ground Zero has been compromised.
Double XP weekend, bitches.
Ashley Madison had over 38 million users, subscribe, whatever the hell you want to call them,
Mhm.
or members.
That's a
A
lot,
lot
of
of,
unhappy
lot of
people.
cheating motherfuckers.
All
out
it
there.
is Tinder that's publicly displaying the fact that you're cheating. That's all Tinder and all that shit is. I mean, shit.
Well,
You don't even have to pay money to get on Tinder. You
Yeah.
make a fake Facebook profile. You enlarge your dick on Photoshop and you put yourself out there. That's what my dad did.
All right.
What would Jax Teller say about Anonymous and their shenanigans?
Man, I don't know. You put me on the spot every time.
Get back to just don't let me forget.
First time you smell a vagina, come back to me and we'll talk.
So we can,
Okay.
It's like I got to do that every episode now.
I have to.
Uh,
Yeah.
So, speaking of someone that probably wants to kill themselves right now, Jared, because you're gonna get ass raped, and Duggar, you're gonna die.
No, Duggar's wife already said it's her fault.
Yeah,
so.
Duggar's wife.
He's been resolved, or he's been
They
absolved.
gotta have that TV money, man. Once you're rich, bitch, you know,
That's right.
we'll do whatever you have to do to stay rich, right? But speaking of want to die, let's get into semicolon tattoos.
Yeah.
I want to know the origin. I want to know
I'm gonna look it up.
why.
Hold on.
I want some in-depth discussion about semicolon tattoos.
Well, I don't
You want the
believe we
meaning?
did speak about this, right? So
Yeah.
whenever I did get my tattoo, the guys at Ultimate Art Form were telling me that semicolon tattoos were all the rage now, and it was mostly girls that were coming and getting them. But whatever, there's guys that get them too. And basically, it means that I've gone through some mental struggles and I've had some hardships,
And then where's
and
the-
I've contemplated
Oh.
suicide, but
No wonder why.
jeez, but
So where's the main spot to put? a
Anywhere.
semicolon? 'Cause
Anywhere.
We're seeing the picture right now. On
a lot of them are on the wrist.
It's
yeah.
on the wrist. Or
and that
I've
means
seen,
my
I've been
story
seeing them-
isn't done yet.
When you told me about it, I looked it up a little bit, and a big spot was behind the ear. Where
I don't want to get anything from the neck up, though.
Dude, I was just like,
You're just displaying it there. You go out like with a guy on a first date. You know, you say you meet on Tinder or meet me or Plenty of Fish. You know, any of the fucking clam jam websites that are out there.
Clam
Jam.
jam.
Meatfarmers.com.
That's right. FarmersOnly.com.
only.
And then what are you gonna do if you see a chick with a semicolon tattoo before your ear? You'd be like, oh,
I'm getting
good,
laid.
you're depressed.
Is this
Oh,
what
that's
you
you're
wanted to say?
depressed, but you want to let people know that you were depressed and now you're not anymore,
Mhm.
which is literally 95% of us walking around.
I
But
was sad for a little bit.
but
now
you're
I'm not sad
enough of
anymore.
an attention whore to actually get it permanently
So-
displayed on your body.
So from this, it says
Maybe you should just turn that into a comma and just fucking get rid of yourself.
it says
Toner,
dot,
wait,
dot,
Toner,
dot.
what's your stance on that?
What, semicolon tats? Or.
Killing yourself.
Oh, I'm very anti-suicide.
Thank
Sorry.
you, Toner.
Jeez.
I was gonna say if I saw a girl with a semicolon tat, I'd be like, well, you know what? I got an exclamation point right on my penis.
Oh.
And I have a question mark on mine.
That's
Yeah.
just the curl.
My friend Ryan.
The curl.
That's what I was saying. You don't know.
Jeez.
I'm the Riddler.
Look him up on Twitter.
So, like, my friend Ryan has a semicolon tattoo on his inner arm, on his bicep,
Mhm.
but he got that years ago, and that's because he had colon cancer and they took part of it out. So he thought it'd be funny to get a semicolon tattoo. Now you got all these fame whores trying to go out there going,
Took away his meaning.
I
man.
had a rough patch in my life, but guess what? I got a semicolon tattoo and
I'm
I
ready
can
to
do
live out.
anything, bitches, but I'm going to cry on the first date.
So it actually what it says
Probably
is
doing
it's
sex too.
the organization and movement are dedicated to presenting hope and love for those who are struggling with depression, suicide, addiction, and self-injury.
So if you struggle with that, which millions and millions and millions of people do, you have to get it permanently displayed on your body so people know.
Hey, how about this?
And
Why
you
don't
want
you just
people to
kill
act-
yourself now and save us all the trouble?
Ow.
Some guys,
Ooh.
Steve.
Oh,
No sympathy.
Seriously.
Seriously, no. Everybody go kill yourself.
But listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's my whole thing, man. There's so much shit people do now just
To
For
fucking draw
attention.
attention to themselves. Jesus.
oh, that's a cool semicolon tattoo. I saw 80 other people with it today. What's it mean? Just kidding. I don't care.
Oh, my cat died, so I cut myself.
So this took me 6 minutes in the tattoo shop to get, and it means a lot to me.
That means you got street cred, though. No,
I
you got some
guess.
ink on you, right?
Yeah, go to fucking East St. Louis with that. See what happens.
Yeah, go to the kids that grew up in the projects and
Yeah.
I got some
don't know what they're
hard times.
eating an hour from now. Oh, but I'm sorry, your aunt passed away? Okay.
Semicolon.
Sorry, people, I don't give a fuck about you.
I think that deserves
Thank
a good
God.
for you.
Good for you!
Jack Teller would tell you to fuck off is what he would do. With you.
My wife got stabbed in the back of the neck and I still carried on.
And he didn't get no semicolon.
The Sons of Anarchy. I didn't get a semicolon. I shoved a gun up a guy's asshole. Oh. But seriously, nobody cares about your stupid semicolon tattoo.
Seriously.
And, okay, another segue. Speaking of things a lot of us don't care about, and
Yes,
I know
sir.
this hits home to pretty much everybody on my list. I don't care if you guys go out drinking and take photos or videos of you drunk and
Drunk
put them on
Snapchats.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
I literally just one tap it and skip through it. I don't know the last time I've ever even bothered watching any of them. I think that's just
That's all you
ruining
got on
social
that?
media. Snapchat is for me sending a 10-second dick pic to somebody and then sending
Was it
something
really
back.
good for anything else besides that? I mean,
No,
come on,
and we
man.
giggle, and that's it. I don't care about me. Oh my god!
That looks like a dog that got run over by a car. All right, next one.
It looks like you sat in gum.
Oh fuck!
Just quit ruining my Snapchat feed.
That's all you're trying to say.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way.
Yes.
But would you look at a Snapchat on an Apple Watch if you had one?
If I had an Apple Watch, man. Well, first off, if I have an Apple Watch, I guess my watch would be covering my fucking semicolon tattoo. I don't know what the hell you can really look at on a tiny screen on your watch that you can't already do with your iPhone 6 Plus that is the fucking size of a movie theater screen. Yeah, there you go. That's it. I really don't know what purpose. They're like, oh, but I can get my steps in. Oh, okay, congratulations.
Oh, is that what's really used for?
My phone does the same thing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Pedometer, yeah.
your phone has a pedometer on it,
Oh, no.
or your Fitbit,
Yeah.
or anything else that's already been out.
Really?
But now they're because
'Cause
like
really-
like what'd you say, Jay? It's Apple and it's got the fucking logo on it.
Yeah.
It's got a couple like more higher end type things as far as like your I guess
man.
what blood pressure or your beats per minute or some shit. I don't know.
I have not met one person
Beats
yet
per
who's
minute,
on the
strokes
Apple
per
Watch.
minute.
Yeah,
Strokes.
Strokes
Hey,
per
this,
minute.
this says you walked a half mile today. No, I was beating up for 2 hours.
You set a new
Wait
record.
a minute. Vigorously.
Were you like baling hay? No, I was watching Gilmore Girls.
That Rory McIlroy. Whatever the fuck Rory, what was her name?
Not Rory McIlroy. That's a golfer.
Too many 3-1-2s. That's
Oh,
a
man.
for me, man. Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
seriously, nobody cares
Speaking
about
of
your
beating
semicolon
off, no.
tattoo.
Another
Did you
segue.
want to go into that?
Oh,
You
okay.
wanna talk
Yeah.
about beating
We
off?
we were talking about this briefly. I guess we can talk about what do you remember? Do you remember the
We've
first
had enough
time?
beers to talk about
First
it, I
time you
think.
ever saw anything hardcore pornographic?
Well, we didn't even say hardcore.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
okay,
anything
this doesn't.
pornographic,
I don't
really.
even consider like Showtime After Dark or anything like that, like
Okay.
pornographic. You're like, oh, I saw a tit. Okay,
Yeah.
you saw boobs, whatever. I'm talking about like penetration type,
Oh,
where
jeez.
you first all
Well,
of
then
a
you're
sudden
ruining
got.
the story for me. That's all.
Oh well, okay,
because I don't think you saw.
okay. For
anything.
so,
No.
Because it's R-rated, right?
Yeah, it's R-rated.
Yeah.
So.
what was the first time you saw anything that kind of made you sweat, but you didn't know why you were
I
sweating?
think, well, it made me feel
Jesus.
something, but I don't know why I felt it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
yeah. Ooh, we're getting something. This
You
is
had a rush
interesting.
of blood to the head, but not
Which
like
head?
not like the Coldplay album. I'm talking about.
So I think it was a 1990 Mortal Kombat. when I saw
Chun-Li?
when I
Yeah,
saw when I saw
Mine was a
Street
cartoon.
Fighter.
when I
yeah.
saw Sub-Zero rip
Street
his
Fighter.
spine out of somebody. No.
I can tell you mine.
I'll go first.
Was
I'll go
that-
first,
okay.
because I'm a jealous lover.
Okay, no, if you actually
Oh.
know.
I'm a selfish lover.
I'm
Selfish.
Jewish. I get to go first in everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Entitlement.
Fucking anti-Semite motherfucker. That was fucking funny.
No, you're not gonna give us like Diary of Anne Frank type shit, right?
It's so hot, dude.
Oh,
If you don't beat off to that, I don't know what you beat off to.
Man, she was so good at hiding stuff.
She used to
oh.
hide my dick in her vagina.
Matt, that's what I was getting at.
But I had to say it. That was funny.
I think Matt's getting drunk.
Thank God he spelled it out for me. I didn't.
I was getting this number tattooed on my forearm. Then we had sex in the tattoo shop. Oh, it was great.
They found Anne Frank's Jewish, what was it, concentration camp number
That's what he
right
just said,
next
yeah.
to her semicolon. Right next to her semicolon
Wait a
on her
minute.
wrist.
You just compare semicolon tattoos to Anne Frank and the Holocaust, you fucking asshole.
You know what? If you ask some of those dumb bitches that have them, they probably would.
You just called the Holocaust Jews dumb bitches, dude?
No, I'm talking about the. I'm
Oh,
talking about the. He goes, no. I'm talking about the girls that have them. All right, when's the first time you saw dick and vagina?
What? I guess you can't say it like that, though. I didn't see
Okay.
it. It's not in it.
Or a boobie or something, whatever.
Jay Tierney at his house. His brother Mikey calls me up. Hey, you gotta come over right now. Which sounds kind of weird saying it that way.
Yeah.
In this context,
In this context, it sounds really weird.
I've got something to show
Do
you.
the story.
Bring
It's your-
candles
it's
and
your-
lotion.
It's your story, man. It's a shared story.
So when my mom would go out of town, we'd get my dad to go take us to the video store and rent stuff, and he didn't care what we rented. He didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Best
So-
kind of dad.
So we'd come home with like Under Siege, where the girl pops out of the cake, or the one Matt's referring to is Basic Instinct.
Yep.
That was
So-
the one that made it move a little bit, dude.
nice. Jared
Gratuitous
Stone
beaver
is still
shot.
fucking hot.
I-
Still.
Yeah, it's just that was the first one, man. I was
Mhm.
like, when you're
So when
you're
she
that
first
age, 'cause I
uncrossed
mean,
her leg, or no,
Yeah.
there's
no,
a
it
scene
wasn't-
earlier in it.
No, there's a different scene later in the movie where it's just
Oh.
like,
I haven't
okay.
seen it in a while.
yeah, dude. Yeah, when
The
dude,
beef
how old
shot,
were we?
though.
Probably 12, 13,
Mm.
maybe
Yeah, probably.
something like that. It was just, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I think mine would have to be. Well, I can remember watching scrambled porn, like at my parents' house when we
Yeah.
moved to Wentzville, and I can remember every once in a while you'd see like a nipple. I'm like, oh yes,
That's
yes.
boob.
And
That's
then like
boob.
then you run half because I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I was like probably 6th grade, and you like run halfway down the hallway and look, make sure mom and dad aren't up there, and they're listening now, probably going, "What the fuck?" And then I'd run back
They
and I'd
knew
be like,
all along. They knew what you're doing. They just didn't
Yeah.
say. They're probably in the room going making fun of you. Is what
they're
they're
like,
doing.
God, he shits, but it takes him 2.5 hours, and half of our hand lotion is gone.
Oh,
But like I'd
God.
run down the hallway and be
She's
like,
over there in the corner making fun of you, dude.
I know. But I can remember like going like, oh shit, and you could see it'd be like Cinemax at night or something,
Yep.
and we didn't get the channels. But every once in a while, when you did get the channels, that's when I go run over to the VCR and find some like workout tape in the night, and I like record over it, and then that was my first ever like spank bait material, you know.
Oh,
And
God.
those are probably somewhere in the basement still, like right in the middle of a workout routine. You just got ah!
People grinding up on each other.
Hot Springs Hotel. That's what one of them was named. And it was on Cinemax or
Caged
Showtime.
Heat 2 or
Oh,
something. like
And
that.
it was
remember
extreme,
that.
like softcore porn that did, like it's where the girl would shove her hand by her vagina and ride the guy. Where like the guy was soft the whole time. Now, when you watch it as a professional, but like I can remember the first hardcore was when our friend Joe Grillo got
Yeah.
internet. So he was the first one to have the 28.8 dial-up
Oh,
internet or
yeah.
whatever. And so I went over to his house one time, and he went to some website, and we were in his basement because his mom wasn't home yet, and it was after school, and I'm down there, and all of a sudden there's just chicks with like hands and cucumbers all in their snatch. I'm like, huh, well, isn't that the darndest thing? And that's where I learned the term like clit and cunt and all that. It was like a flood of shit all at one time. And then we go into like school the next day. I'm like, dude, look at all the clits here. And Joe's like, I don't think you could really say that.
We're gonna get in trouble, man.
Yeah, man. It was hard keeping like not getting a boner work, like stretching in gym class after school the next because we had girls in it too. I should
yeah,
probably
yeah,
preface
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was Steve's
That was
strength.
it. Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to work out. We're going to go home and look at some naked chicks. That would take like 5-10 minutes for a picture to show up because the internet was so slow. But it was worth it. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, we're at the face. And like, you'd be like, I can't do it. I was trying to make a jerk off sound effect with my cheek. No, we didn't do that. But I just remember we'd be like, who do you want to look up today? There's got to be some like naked shit out there. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Sound like
Okay.
somebody punching a bowl of jelly.
Or stirring up some mac and cheese.
I have a feeling Tony's going to skip this story.
Is he really gonna skip this story? You're that conservative.
Fuck. What the fuck? No, dude.
He's like, I'm Tony fucking Chris.
Yeah.
I'm from Wright City, motherfucker. Straight out of.
The first experience I have with any type of pornographic material, I guess, whatever.
He did air quotes like his brother.
I did. I just did. Oh, sorry. Shit. Don't know why.
First time I ever quote unquote touched myself.
No, it was This was great about Catholic school. I went to Catholic school for the first K through, I guess, 5th grade or whatever, and
I don't like where this story's going, brother. I don't know if I like the preface.
So bunch of us fellas were showering after gym class.
I went to my buddy's house. It was the Mackenzies. They not that they're ever going to listen to this, but I'm not saying any names. That was their last name though, and they had, I guess it was like the Playboy or the Hustler or whatever. So you can see some. It wasn't just boobs. There was a lot of shit going on.
A situation.
Yeah. Situation. So that was my first time seeing
see some insides.
Yeah, I'm like, what the? Yeah, I was, dude. That was
First time seeing a guy crushing them guts.
Oh yeah.
His mom just walked out here.
I was like, shit.
Because she acts like she's in the corner, not going to tell a story. She's going to tell a story.
She was like that Homer Simpson GIF image where he just walks out of the bushes and walks back.
But that was the first time. It was like
so
Playboy or
that,
something like that.
yeah.
That was, I don't even know how old. I was somewhere between. I was like 4th or 5th grade, whatever the hell that is.
See, my stories usually revolve around the titties made me do it first.
Yeah.
Steve,
I was
you're
always
Deny,
scared of
deny.
pillow pants, though.
What did you say? I didn't hear that.
Pillow pants.
He said pillow pants.
Oh.
Joe did.
It's from Clerks 2.
Yeah.
It's his
Oh.
the guy's
Oh.
girlfriend's pussy troll.
Yeah.
That's why you can't have sex with her.
Oh,
All right, Steve,
Jesus.
you're up, brother. Come on.
Mine is over at grandparents' house.
Whoa! I really don't like how this one's starting.
No, it's just late at night. They had because I guess on the old cable stuff, they had you could go from A to B,
Mhm.
and what if you did is if you held in between A and B, it would like get it up. So it was like whatever that hardcore channel is, like Adam and Eve. It was what it is, and you turn onto the channel and you go like this and hold it in between, and it literally would go from like the colored mix up. It would go like all horizontally. It would just be like.
I wish you could all see the glint in his eyes right now.
Hey,
He has a tear rolling down his cheek.
It was beautiful, man.
What was this knowledge like 20 years ago?
Oh man, I was like, yeah.
How do you accidentally discover that? By the way.
Well, they they how the back then like HBO and Cinemax and all that shit like that.
Mhm.
Like you turn on and you could go through the guide, and I'm like, oh okay, so I flip it there because you actually had to go from one channel and then you had to go to the other, and it would give you all the other spectrum of channels. But when you did that, it was like I turned it. I don't remember what movie it was. It was HBO, and then you turn. I'm like, wait a second here.
Ride 'em naked cowboys. That sounds age appropriate.
Big bushy. Whatever, big bushy co-eds or whatever.
Big bushy whatever.
But no, it's like, so going to HBO and I'm like, you'd hit it and then you go through from A to B and it's like, halfway I'm like, what? Wait a second. You hold it there and it's like, holy shit. So I'm like, So, like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like, and they're just,
So you
Balls.
like as a little kid, you're just standing over a TV with like a little
No.
kid boner.
No, you actually like push it over and just like kind of, it won't click until you actually push it all the way over. So you just go like halfway through and it's like, oh my God, this
Why are there
black.
streaks on the TV?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's
Well, I'll add to them.
I see this like snake.
Steve, did you spill some Dannon yogurt in the living room or?
No, there'd be like this big snake-like figure going in and out of water. Like, oh, that's some dude's dick. Oh, okay, Jesus, and then you'd be like,
on the wrong part, I think.
and then you'd be like Joe did. You hear you're like a snout. It's like,
Click it off. Yeah.
and then you go back. It's like, oh, okay.
I
it
was just
a
cleaning
door.
my room.
But no, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning because you hear something. You're like,
Vigorously cleaning my room.
oh, what is it? Oh,
Please tell me
But
we have
why do you
another
need the
topic
vacuum?
after.
We're almost ready.
I think we're going to talk about porn for the rest of the day.
Someone in the corner is being very quiet during this topic.
Lori, when was
No,
the first
just
time
wait.
you saw porn?
Just wait till later. I'm gonna make my own porn.
Oh.
It's gonna call Sausage Pancakes 2015. The return.
Dentata. I
The
think it's a-
Dentata.
I believe-
Careful about that
Dentata.
Dentata, Steve.
Okay. I had no idea we were going to be talking about this in episode 12.
Tony's pants are like, I can't talk about this. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I guess, Jay, did you see it around the same time as
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Perfect. Next topic, please.
What's foreskin? Oh, okay, that's what that is.
Fuck you, dude.
Oh, God.
That's
That
what an
junior-
uncircumcised penis is. Finally.
Is that Matt's little pig in a blanket?
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna move on, Toner.
Thank you.
This makes Toner uncomfortable. We
Yeah.
can always clip this off. We can save it for the
No.
outtakes or something.
Don't.
We're just now over an hour, so 'cause
Who
we
cares?
had like a 15-minute intro, so I think we're all right.
I think we were going to next was movie reviews. We got to do movie reviews, and I really haven't watched much of anything except for a documentary recently, which was The House We Live In, or House I Live In. It was a documentary about the 80s drug war and the impact it has today. David Simon was a big part of it, and he was from The Wire. And for those that have watched The Wire, they know how the drug war plays into that. Really good documentary. And then you, Toner, had watched American Sniper recently.
Yes, my wife and I think we watched that last weekend. Jesus Christ.
Man.
That's going to have to be edited out. dude.
That actually sounded like one of the first porns I watched.
That was the loudest damn sneeze ever. Jesus Christ. It's like a goddamn banshee. All right. Okay.
Panda sneeze.
Yeah, put the
Yeah, where it sneezes in a little
put the
baby.
link there to that.
He goes,
But yeah, the reason I even brought up American Sniper, I don't like talking about, politics in any way, shape, or form, but I thought what was hilarious is that
Wait a minute, there's something hilarious about American Sniper?
well, no, not
it's
that.
it's when he shoots the children.
No, what
I've never heard someone lead into American. Guys, I watched this movie, American Sniper.
Best
That's
comedy of
hilarious.
2014.
You didn't sit by the lady I did in the theater, so
Save it. Go, Toner. We'll get
What-
the Jay
no.
story.
hilarious about not the movie was
Okay.
the reaction to it after it was released.
Okay, gotcha.
The
Okay, I'm
extreme like left wing liberals were all like it's pro war, pro guns, pro
Mhm.
this and that.
sorry. Which, if they said that, they missed the entire.
Yeah, I watched this movie knowing what was said,
Mhm.
and after watching it, I'm like, what the fuck are these people talking about?
Mhm.
I had in no way, shape, or form was that pro war, pro guns, pro anything. I know they got pissed off about. They were calling the people over there, and he called them savages. That Chris Kyle's character, or not the character, fuck, Chris Kyle, Bradley Cooper
Mhm.
character he was playing, called them savages. And I'm like, well, if you saw what these people were doing over there, the terrorists, I'm like, there could be a lot worse ways to describe them.
Well, when you strap bombs to
Yeah.
children,
Yeah, or this one guy, the one guy who, one of the main dudes they were going after, not Bin Laden. There's been several different lieutenants and whatever else, but this guy was killing people with like drills and shit. Like he killed this kid with a drill. I'm like, this movie's fucked up.
Mhm.
And so I just didn't get the outrage on that. I'm like, oh, fucking, I can't stand extreme right wing stuff. I can't stand the douchebags on the left. I'm like,
Everybody just
God.
needs to shut the fuck up.
hey
So,
man,
what would your review of the movie be, Toner?
it's fucked. I mean, it's good, but it's very good, but it's fucked up.
And it's
Oh,
hilarious.
fuck you! Go watch it. It was awesome.
Fuck you. Go watch it.
Sorry, you set it up on a tee for
Tony's
me,
every
and
movie review.
I swung and missed. That's right.
It follows an American Sniper. Fuck you. Go watch them.
I'm sorry, Toner.
America.
That's how I know when the movie's good. I'm sorry, I dropped the ball.
It's okay.
I need more beer.
Or Jay, what do you got, Jay? Well, it's American. The lady sitting next to you, American Sniper. What happened?
So
I think I remember the story vaguely. 'Cause I think
Vaguely.
you told it. on email.
yes, so we were sitting there and made it through the whole movie, and it ends with total silence and all the funeral scenes. And this lady's next to me, just bawling, and she's trying to talk to her husband, and he's just like, "Shut up." and she looks at me, she goes, "Did you know this was a real story?"
Oh my god.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
You're like, this isn't DC or Marvel.
Yeah,
I
it's true.
have not. I haven't seen the movie. I read the book, and what I took away from it was you're saying, hey, these people saying left wing, right wing.
Yeah.
The book actually is written in a sense of you get a really good depiction of not only his story but his wife's part of it too. The impact of him being away and her having to raise their children on her own, and their relationship back and forth with, hey, I'm basically having a relationship over a satellite phone trying to get in contact with him, and her never knowing, because he always put himself in harm's way, and he's on very dangerous missions, and she's just left never knowing, will he come home?
Yeah, and they touch on that a little bit in the movie.
And see, in the book, it was a big part of the book. And he would go, when he was doing his book tour, that was the big thing, was to say, hey, we're going to give you my story, but we're also going to give for wives and, girlfriends of people in the military, you're getting a look of what they have to deal with. And that was something I had not seen before. So, very interesting take. Very tragic ending.
Yeah.
But that's hilarious. Was this real?
Did you know this was real?
Oh my god!
Paul McCartney was in the Beatles.
I thought Kanye found him.
Yeah.
Oh man! Speaking of comedies, oh wait, we're still doing movies, aren't we?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
no, that's
it.
good.
That's all I really have. As far
Okay.
as the movie goes. The only thing we're going to tease what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, I was going to
next
tease all this,
time. all
this mayhem.
Yeah.
I'll probably write a little something on the blog.
There you go.
Maybe put some not safe for work photos on there too. So get the viewership up.
Was this like a movie or documentary or what is
Yeah,
it?
it's on Netflix.
All right.
All this mayhem. It's basically about two Australian skateboarders in the, I guess, mid 90s,
yeah.
and when they came over to America. And they pretty much beat the shit out of everybody over here skateboarding, but they were also gigantic into the party scene.
Yeah.
So they were pretty much their own worst enemy. But they were.
We'll go into more detail.
Yeah, I'll go into more
Okay.
detail. And parlaying off the comedies such as American Sniper, there's also a great.
What was hilarious about it? Tyler?
Yeah, I'm still dying over that one. We're still,
I swear, when he started, I was like, "What the hell are you doing? It's American Sniper."
we
man.
all, before the podcast started, watched a YouTube video.
Oh,
And another
yeah.
shout out to
Yeah.
Ginger Spice, who's a loyal listener.
Yeah,
She's one of our, I think, 7 or 8 now that we have.
Yeah.
We went from 6 last time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she pointed out there's a great video. It's called Quentin Tarantino is Bad at Talking to Black People. And really, it's just a 3-minute video
Mhm.
displaying how he talks to a black audience
Yeah.
and hosts compared to how he talks to like Jay Leno.
Yeah.
And it's like night
It's
and day.
hilarious. Oh,
And it's
man.
very spot on.
We'll put
You
it
can't
on
really
there.
fake that.
It'll be on the website.
We'll throw a link up
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, it was amazingly bad
Yeah.
in a good way.
He's a good director. He's just a weirdo. Also parlaying on comedies. You
Mhm.
want to talk about the little
Oh,
trailer that we were
Oh,
watching?
Oh,
shit.
yeah, we gotta hit on that real quick. Wow.
The trailer for the movie Tiptoes. I sent out a trailer to these guys earlier this week.
Cinema classics.
Basically, Gary Oldman. We all know Gary Oldman from Help Me Out, Jay. Leon, the
Batman.
the
The Professional.
professional, and he was
the Dark Knight trilogy.
He was part of the Dark Knight trilogy. But no, Joe, what was the exact quote they gave for
It
his
was
role?
Gary Oldman's role of a lifetime.
Gary Oldman's role of a lifetime, co-starring one Matthew McConaughey,
And one of the hottest women on the planet,
Kate
Kate
Beckinsale.
And
Beckinsale.
we'll also have to throw this on the website because you have to watch it.
This thing, it's you.
It's
I don't even know if us talking about it does it justice, to be honest with you, because
And it
just
has-
watching it alone.
Tyrion Lannister himself.
Tyrion
Yeah.
Lannister's in it as well. I almost forgot to drop that name. That's right.
It's good luck to suck on a dwarf's cock.
Well, how would Jax tell her so you get like a blow-
Suck on my cock, dwarf.
Put your mouth on the D.
Put your mouth on the D.
But no, the movie Tiptoes,
Okay.
we're going to put on the site, or we want people to leave comments about what they thought. Because this movie, when you look at it, it looks like it was made early 80s,
Yeah.
made in 2003.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's a Gary Oldman classic.
I never saw anything about it
Never
ever.
saw. No, I never heard of it. Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
It's probably because they realized they offended about
Oh god, yeah.
5 different genres of people. But it
Jeez.
was Gary Oldman's role of a lifetime. He's playing, as they call them, quote unquote, he's playing a midget. They call them midgets in the freaking trailer.
They do.
I'm like, oh, that's PC.
They didn't go PC with the LPs or little people.
Right. No, they just went
straight
straight
up.
midget. Matthew
That was
McConaughey's like,
acceptable back then, though.
I guess it was. But you're saying back then. Jay, it's from 2003 is when that movie's
Yeah.
from. So,
Well, they didn't have a show on TLC at that point, so
that's true. Matthew McConaughey's like, I was making movies with midgets long before I was getting paid to.
Well, all right.
all right.
Let's take our shirts off and do things with midgets. Yeah.
is he retarded?
That was the first time Steve.
He
had
wants to
seen
get. He wants to
porn.
get in the impression game. Is what he wants to do.
All right. No.
Hopefully the
Step on
last
toes.
time.
Speaking of retarded or mentally challenged, also,
Speaking of, yes.
Oh.
as Jay pointed out, I would like to point out my mom had the TV on in the living room the other day.
My mom.
Well, no, not my
Oh,
mom.
I know where you're going with this. Okay, never mind.
And so she had the TV on in the living room, and we had about, we were talking, and First Take on ESPN was on for about 10 minutes in the background. And my mom eventually finally just looks at First Take at Stephen A. Smith and goes, is he like mentally slow? She was dead serious.
What about
And-
Skip fucking Bayless?
Oh,
Sorry,
both
guys.
of them are. But
Dude,
Stephen A.
Requirement to
Smith,
get on
man,
that channel now.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith plays up the ghetto angle so bad. And like, cause I've heard him in other shit. He plays up that fake accent he's got.
Yeah.
LeBron James, he finds it down deep in his heart. And, he willed himself to 40 points that night. And my mom's like, is this guy like fucking stupid? And
Mom
Maybe he
rules,
can talk to
dude.
Quinn.
to who?
Him and Quentin talking to him.
Oh, yeah. Quentin
Parlay.
Tarantino needs to go talk to Stephen A. Smith. Yeah.
That's like Tony's favorite. Who's the basketball guy you hate? The dirt with Marv Albert back.
Oh,
when we were-
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton.
Such
He's awesome.
such determination.
Oh, dude, that guy was
Almost
the
a
worst.
Connery
He's
guy.
got such a great physicality.
All that guy did was suck NBA cock on TV.
He loved the NBA, man.
Marv, can you stop biting my back, please? Thank you.
Mom's like, I want some of your wife's lingerie to put on. Nobody who even, if they don't know about Marv Albert, nobody gets that joke.
What was his main call line though? Because we know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, he'd just go, yes.
I thought it was from downtown.
I think
Well,
he did a few of
yeah,
them.
he had a few.
Okay.
Because Gus Johnson, he was Rise and Fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rise.
Rise and Fire in this crowd.
You know,
Whoa.
I think Rye should be used a lot more often in pop culture.
Me too.
You still feel strongly about that?
Like when you get a semicolon tattoo, you rise from the ashes of your depression because you just read Twilight. You don't know what to do with your life. You know you ain't getting an Edward Cullen out there, but guess what? You're going to rise. Don't send me any hate mail. I don't give a shit if anybody tried to kill themselves out there. It's your problem, not mine. Send it to Matt.
So just,
Yeah.
We'll post Matt's email address.
I want him to come out of the woods with a sparkly shirt on.
My friend, and if you're listening, you know who you are, but my friend's mom got huge into Twilight, and she quoted at his wedding reception.
oh,
no.
Jesus.
Actually, two people who probably listen to this will know. And also, and she's really cool. She's very nice. But she also showed me, she went to, I think it's called Forks, Washington, where like the story's supposed to take place. And she kept some stones and pebbles and like sticks from it. like it has like
Oh, Jesus. Magical powers.
sentimental value, I guess. I don't know.
What quote did she drop?
Oh, I couldn't tell
Possibly
you.
drop
It was
that.
something from Twilight, and it was at a about true love, and I heard about 8 chicks just drop eggs there. You could just hear like dripping on the floor.
Oh, dude.
And you just heard,
Jesus.
"Oh." You could hear it from like all angles of like the
Surround
reception
sound.
hall, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's the sound of ovulation happening right now.
Yeah, it's like, does somebody have a sponge in here? Oh.
So was that your pickup line? you ovulating?
I was thinking of getting a Twilight tattoo, just so like I could show people like on my back, and you just say, "Hey, get down with me. Look at that. That's a chess piece." I don't know what the fuck it means, but it has to do with vampires.
Hey, is Edward Cullen here? It's my time of the month. Get down here. Let's go.
Oh, you know what? Parlaying off of that, another movie.
We're gonna go tangent. Joe's on a riff.
Another
Yo,
movie that
you're
I
on
just
fire.
watched yesterday for the first time all the way through with my brother was The Exorcist. And,
Okay.
Twilight to Exorcist.
because when he said, I'm on my period, go down there.
Dude,
There's a scene where in The Exorcist where she's bleeding. First she's like, fuck me, you know? But then she shoves her mom's head
She's
between her legs while she
she was stabbing herself. She's
right, and she goes, lick me, and her mom's face is all bloody, and I'm like, I don't remember that from the edited for TV version.
She had stabbed herself with a cross.
Right,
in
with
that
a
area.
crucifix.
Which
I read the director in real life told her she was stabbing an actual box. And then whenever like it came out in post production, she's like, "Oh, that's what I was doing." Like she claimed she didn't know, but who knows?
She was pretty young when she did that role.
Yeah, movies.
I love how you go, we're gonna parlay up a Twilight Exorcist when she's stabbing herself in her dentata, if I may.
Is there anything else we can fit in this podcast?
We're at an hour and a half right now.
Well, you got to shave off 5 minutes at the beginning too.
Yeah.
We were just joking around. Remember,
We're nearing our limit. This has been informational and
I think the
educational.
only thing that we can tease for next time is if you enjoyed this movie talk, we're going to be talking about a few other movies. Jay.
Nerdcast,
What movies are we
Labor Day
talking
Spectacular.
Some movies based off Mark Millar comics.
yeah.
Yeah,
Kick ass.
kick ass.
And I don't
Kingsman.
feel like we ever like specify it when we say Nerdcast. I always like to spell it too because I know we always say go to nerdcast.com, but it's NYRD.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel
That's
like
Tony's
we've
job to do that.
Yeah, I think Tony kind of screwed.
Well,
He didn't do it on the last one.
It's okay. It only took him 10 episodes.
We have a
Goddamn
standard
professional.
outro now, but I guess I don't spell it out
No,
instead.
it's not. I noticed that. I was like, huh. So you got all these people going to NERD. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Does something come up when you type in NERD cast?
Yeah,
Does it?
yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Every time I type in
Someone's calling
YouTube
it
to look for
Pharrell.
his stuff, it says, "Do you mean an ERD cast?" I'm like, no.
Well,
Well,
see,
so
we better
fucking
find
sorry.
That domain, Jay. Come
Hey,
on,
look.
take
I'll look
our
into
juice,
it.
man.
Look, if you do it on this, see right up here at the top. Do you mean Nerdcast? Like,
I sure don't.
Well, click on Nerdcast. What does that take you to? NERD. Bowflex.
Nerdcast. What?
Marvel and DC 2020.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Wait, how many views they got? What?
That one had 14,239 views.
4 months. How
we're
long
pretty
have we
close to
recorded?
Like Jesse Pinkman in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close. Okay, I'm sorry. I will spell that shit out.
We got some competition, fellas.
We're
Tom
probably
Barry.
giving them free site,
Yeah.
page views and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we should expect royalties from them.
We might have a lawsuit on our hands, fellas.
Yeah.
We need a lawyer.
We do need a lawyer. So if, there's
If
any
only we
lawyers
knew
out there-
somebody Jewish.
You fucking asshole.
All right.
Hi, my name's Sid Gahagafaga from the Gahagafaga Associates. Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Jesus. All right.
Can you
All
You
say-
go out with the fucker, man. Look at her just shaking her head.
She's like, why do I let him pierce me?
Oh, Jesus.
Ah! Wow. You went with
Okay.
Pierce. He didn't even go
Yeah.
penetrate. He said Pierce.
Lori, just be careful when he's laying ruin to that birth canal.
Okay.
Steve's not saying anything. He's just like, yes.
Okay.
Tony's got that visual now.
Yeah.
Tony's got beads of sweat
It's.
building up on his forehead.
I believe it's time to go. Okay, we teased episode 13 very well.
Hitting it like Ronda Rousey knocking out a bitch. That's right.
It's a little creepier when it's like after the fact.
He just gets him in there. And it's all just,
Awkward
All right.
silence.
Well, again, I hate you all, but thank you for listening to episode 12 of the Nerdcast podcast.
Spelled out.
I'm going to, fuckhead.
fuck you. Watch it.
That's right. Fuck you. Go to nyrDcast.com. Not that other fucking site. Shit's lame.
I heard that other site was in deals with Jared Fogle, so you don't want to go to any
Yeah.
RDcast.
Yeah. Then you got someone knocking on your door asking questions.
Yep. Yeah, they're illegal.
Yes. Yeah, that they are. Okay.
We have Twitter and Facebook too.
God damn it.
He's,
Let's just.
It's just, hey, if you're not going to do it,
Jay's got. All right. Go ahead, Jay.
at Nerdcast on Twitter, NYRDCAST.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't record a standard outro for this shit.
Yeah, he does have. We do have it now, don't we?
Yeah,
We have a standard outro.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think,
well, fuck you, Jay.
Do you
End
not
the
listen-
shit, Toner.
don't think he spelled it out there.
You have to re-record the outro. Is what he's trying to say. Do you need to re-record it?
Apparently so.
You got homework, brother. Come on
Okay.
now. There you go.
Fine, I'll record the entire outro.
Again.
Again. All right. So anyway, I can't tell you what this episode's about because I was present the whole time. I don't know what the fuck we talked about. It was engaging.
It was.
It was engaging.
All right, Bainoff, let's go. Do it. Fucking do it.
I can only do the one line.
Fucking just use your voice to send us out, dude.
I can't sign us off like
I've
that.
got my gold card from Subway. I'm getting into little children's panties.
That's gross. Go, Toner.
All right.
You got Bainoff, dude.
I like feeling little children up. You can reach me at NERDCAST Nerdcast.
You have to clip a lot of this out. You have to edit heavily.
Why are your pants down, little kid?
Oh,
Okay.
Steve. Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
All right,
I was at least going somewhere else.
that's it.
You didn't Bainoff, dude.
I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Maybe next time.
Master Boehner.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us for episode 12 of the Nerdcast podcast. Yeah, fucking do a Google search. You want to know where to find us. I go by the name of Toner.
I go by Joe Dust at nyrDcast.com.
Matt, same place.
Jay.
Sound guy Steve.
So until
And
next
Lori.
time. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for all your contribution, Lori.
So until next time, do whatever it is you do. Peace.
First time you smell a vagina, come back to me and we'll talk.
Yes, my wife and I think we watched that last weekend. Jesus Christ. Thanks again for listening to St. Louis's own The Nerdcast podcast. Be sure to check us out online at nerdcast.com. That's NYRDCAST.com. And look for us on social media. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcast. Again, that's NYRDCAST. And you can find us on Facebook by searching for Nerdcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to rate or review the podcast on iTunes. Our podcast is part of the Inside Joke, Outside Voice podcast network. Check out IJOV.net for more great podcasts.
This is the Chris Weaver Band with their song Blues, Soul, Rock and Roll.